Pirate attacks off the coast of Somalia are at a record high, but that didn't stop one freelance journalist from integrating himself into a band of pirates. Jay Bahadur is a new author. He has written The Pirates of Somalia. It's his story of several harrowing months that he spent with them. I caught up with him at New York City's South Street Seaport. He says the business of piracy has changed a great deal, even in the past few years. It is certainly one of the world's most dangerous startups.
The original generation of pirates had a legitimate grievance and had been really engaged in fighting illegal fishing since the early 90s. Now I think what you see is just thugs, basically, largely from the south of Puntland in central Somalia.
Are the pirates acting alone, or is there a larger organization behind them?
For the most part, it's just it's local businesses. They're very easy to start up. They're very low startup costs. You can finance a mission for as low as $10,000 or $20,000 now. You have local investors who tend to be Somalis or expats and have foreign citizenship, which I think is one of the roots of the myth that Somali piracy is a kind of global cartel, a transnational criminal enterprise.
So there is an investor, and then how many pirates would that investor need to hire or need to back?
Well, what happens, you have about 30 of these, they're varying estimates, but let's say roughly 30 key investors who front the cash and then would basically contract it out to a pirate leader, probably someone they know, someone in their clan or they've dealt with before, who would then turn and organize the mission. And depending on the size of the operation, it might vary from 50 to 150 pirates involved in a given mission. And then, like I said, about 50% of the ransom comes back to the investor.
There was one estimate that you did which showed that the pirates, if you divided the hours worked, only made $10.50 an hour.
These guys really made so little. They made, like you said, $10 an hour when it all worked out, or about $12,000 for months sitting on a ship. I kind of compare it to the motivations of these young guys to crack dealers in the inner city ghetto, because it's like the first thing they do is they go and buy a car. It's just about wanting to instantly get a status that they really couldn't get otherwise, especially since economic opportunity in Somalia is dominated by the expats, the ones who have foreign education and foreign connections and can run businesses, dominate the government. So there's really a divide in Somali society between expats and the local people.
So the pirates see this as a chance to gain more money and more status than they could ever otherwise hope to have.
Yeah, and it's more like they just want a car. It's not. They often don't even understand money, what money is. There's stories about in the early days of multi-million-dollar ransoms, pirates running to the cot market and trying to use US $100 bills like Somali 1,000-shilling notes, which were worth about 3 cents.
So there's no sense of foreign exchange
Well,
rates.
there's no sense of really what money is. It's just something that gets you something, right? It's just, and there's no other nuance to it.
Jay also told me that secondhand imported cars, that's basically what the pirates want, what they're doing this job for, usually the first purchase made with the earnings. Then, Adam, he said it's sort of a tie-up between khat, that's this plant leaf,
right,
narcotic leaf.
That they chew?
That they chew, and sort of like mild cocaine effects, apparently. And then also new wives and new jewelry, probably linked together.